welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to just come out and hang out with you guys. So today I just thought I would share my experience with COVID-19. Yes, my entire family has just recovered from COVID-19. The kids have, the smaller ones managed to go to the daycare today. The two eldest are also at school. My boyfriend is at work. And I'm officially reporting back to work tomorrow. So it has been quite a journey of having everyone in the house sick and down with COVID. Anyway, all of us in the house, we had different experiences. We are 6 of us in the house, but most of us had different experiences. I think my boyfriend was hit the most. He was down. And then me, Precious, and Preston, I think we had similar experiences. So we had 2 to 3 nights where we could barely sleep, where we were tossing left and right in the bed because we just had this very general body pain. We had pain in the bones, pain in the back. So it became very uncomfortable to sleep. And I can compare that experience of having this COVID. Of course, we had the Omicron variant. It felt more or less like having malaria. If you've ever, most of you in Uganda, I know you've had malaria. If you ever had malaria, that was the feeling that I had. Or if you have had influenza. I've only suffered from influenza once. And that's a few years ago here in Denmark. Until then, I never knew what influenza is. And every time people would say, oh, I have influenza, and I don't feel well, I'm so down. I'll be like, influenza is just musuja. Because, you know, back home, sometimes you hear people say, you know musuja. And then I would be like, musuja, When the thing hit me, I had so much respect. Actually, my influenza experience was harder than Omicron. With the COVID-19, I think the COVID-19 was hit us hard, but it was not that bad. So it's more or less like having malaria. And the good thing with us, we are vaccination. So my whole household, I, my boyfriend, Precious, and Preston have all been vaccinated. However, Preston has only got his first shot. So he's yet to get the second shot. And then I'm yet to get my booster, which I hadn't got. They had offered it to me, but it was me who couldn't find the time to go and have this shot. So we are pro-vaccination. We all got vaccinated. And I think that also helped a lot with the symptoms. It helped a lot with how much we became ill. And then the smaller kids, they also had, I'm laughing, it's a nervous laugh because I still remember the day I and Precious, we did a quick test on Valdemar. At that point, we knew that everyone in this house has COVID. But you know, sometimes you just want to block it, you just don't want to know the truth, because sometimes it's better to deal with it without knowing it. So I remember Precious went and brought a quick test, and we did a quick swap on Valdemar and then tested, and then it says positive. And I kind of panicked a little bit, but you will not believe, these 2 small guys, Valdemar and Eleanor, they handled this corona like champs, you know. The kids, they had, like all of us, of course, we were coughing and we had our stuffy nose and all those things. But Valdemar and Eleanor, those 2 surprised me. I was so worried for them, but they turned out to be the ones who handled it so well. There's something about the kids, you know. They kept playing, they kept running. Of course, the only thing I noticed with Valdemar, he completely lost appetite. He was not eating at all. He was, the only thing he wanted to eat were eggs. And when you ate the eggs, he only wanted he didn't want to eat the yolk. And then he was drinking a lot of milk. Apart from that, he didn't want food. Eleanor continued eating. But overall, all of us, we reached a point we couldn't smell so well. I could still smell, but the smell was not the strong smell. And then suddenly the taste of food also went away. Like one of our favorites meal we'd make, and then we're eating, but you're chewing, you're like, what the heck am I chewing? It's almost like there was no taste, you know. But overall, we overcame COVID-19. I think we did pretty good. It took a couple of many days, because also we had to be sure that, because in Denmark, it's like after you've been sick, you have to make sure before you return to work or come out of the isolation, you should not have the symptoms, you should not have the headaches and all those things. So we had to make sure that we were completely recovered before we went back, because we don't want to infect other people with it. And the other thing that helps, I think, in Denmark, overall in Denmark, they've been very good with handling corona cases. So what happens is, in the school, the kids are tested twice a week. They have these quick tests that you're tested with twice a week, and then if they're in doubt, then they'll send you for the
PCR test.
And you can book that online. You can just walk into the testing center and you will be tested. So I think that is a very good thing. Really helps with keeping this corona down or managing. However, this Omicron has come. Omicron has come, and Omicron is spreading like wildfire, you know. And at this point, I think for all of us, those who haven't got it, it's just a matter of time. When are you gonna get it, you know? So almost every now and then somebody is getting it, because it is super spreading. It's very difficult to avoid, but the good part of it, I think, is when we all get it, we will build the immune system, but we will also get over it, because for the past few years, we've been living in so much fear. Everybody has been so scared of corona. Of course, that doesn't take away from the fact that when corona first started, the Delta variant and all that, it was so strong, and it was very lethal. It was killing people and all those things, because it would go into your lungs. And when things go into your lungs, it can turn septic. So luckily for Omicron is not so much in the lungs. It's more or less up here in your nose, in the mouth, in your nose and your throat. So that really helps, you know. So anyway, I'll show you a clip of when we found out, me taking the kids out to the testing center to test for corona. And as much as sickness can be a bad thing, but I always try to look at the positive things out of it. So for me, I looked at it, we ended up bonding. I remember me and the kids just walking on the streets and hugging, going for the testing and talking about our experience with the whole corona thing and what we would expect out of it. So
with Google, you can come with me. Parents allowed to come with me.
Okay.
Preston, stop.
So I'll stand and wait, Preston. Okay, you have to go this way, Preston. Come. Is that okay? Are you done, Precious? Give a hold it. You okay, Preston?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yes. Hvis du så muligt, hvis du synes, det bliver for meget, så har jeg hold op, så stopper jeg, så kan du lige slappe lidt af. Så læg hurtigt tilbage. Sådan, så er det hele.
Capturing video. So You should be the person. You should stand there and tell me what you think about the experience about the coronavirus.
No. I didn't feel anything. Like I thought it was gonna take a longer time. He just put the thing in my throat and then it was done.
What did you think? Ah! Preston, you're being a big baby. I was capturing the hospital. Can we cross?
Like people talking about vaccines, my time in mango juice.
Vad med mig?
Vil du ikke have det?
Nej.
Eller vil du bare have
Precious, du
det?
skal say yes.
It's like leaning. It's like what's it called? Scale.
Me, I want to cut corners here. You guys can wait. Let me be proud. I'm out.
It was so cool.
Hello guys, we have been out to the testing center. I brought the kids for their, what is it called? PCR test.
Am I smiling right now?
How can we know if you're smiling when you have a mask
Do
on?
my eyes look like I'm smiling?
You can't see that, it's dark. Let's go.
No, can I just see it again, Mommy?
No, you can't see, it's dark.
wanna
We
see
need to
my
do it where
eyes.
there's light, Preston.
I wanna see my eyes.
Preston, stop. No. Preston is mwallowing his eyes.
If you have had COVID, what has been your experience like? What has been your experience like? Were you very sick? Was it mild? What do you think? And what are your thoughts about vaccination? Have you been vaccinated? For me, as I've said before, I am a pro-vaccination. So even if they offered me the fourth shot and whatever it is, I will go for it. Because really, if you look at history and the past studies and all that, you will see that vaccinations have really helped us in the world to get rid of so many other diseases, polio and all that, you name it. So for me, I have no doubt in vaccination. I know, of course, people argue that, oh, these vaccines were created very fast and all that. Nobody knows what the side effect was going to be and all that. But guys, Delta was killing people. Delta was finishing people. They had to make something that could counter it so fast. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm looking forward to hearing the experience with COVID-19. As per now, it's mostly the Omicron variant that is going around. And thank you so much for all those who checked on us, who sent some positive wishes, good vibes for us. We are so grateful. We have recovered. We are okay. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye.